What's up, y'all? It's Kyle. Kind of a change up on this. I got some videos from the last time I was at the track. I didn't have my vlog set up then, so what I'm going to try to do is have this intro, give a little explanation on some stuff, on changes that I made to the car. It was the first time I went out and actually tried to leave on the two-step, and suspension was set up for when it was a nitrous car. It used to hit the tires really hard, so the suspension was real stiff to absorb the shock and hit the tires. And now I want it to rock a little bit, actually absorb the shock some, and then plant and go. And it's a little bit different, so it's having some growing pains and changing it. And the last time out wasn't bad. Started out a little rough, wheel hopping, and not sure what RPM to leave on. Having to gauge how long to be on two-step, let it build boost. All this is new to me. This is my first racing application with a turbo. So before I could hold the RPMs about 4,500 or so and just ride the clutch, pop it out, and go. So this is definitely a lot different, having to make sure I'm on two-step, I've got the tire pressure right, the suspension is still needing to be dialed in, like I said, to actually work with the power the car is putting down now. And the power delivery is the biggest thing, because with the turbo, you generate so much more wheel speed. So you'll see in a couple of the clips where just left and it shocked the tires and it looked like it was about to rattle the rear end out. So hopefully that this next time out, which hopefully will be this next coming up weekend, the weather will be nice, can go actually get some good passes in, some good launches, make a full hit. Still haven't ran the car out the back on full boost. Still, tune's real close. It was a little soft on timing, felt it falling over in fourth gear. So hopefully that's resolved. Maybe could add a little more, just have to see. It is a stock bottom, 120,000 mile motor, generation 3. So it's been through a lot of abuse, and hopefully a lot more, and it'll make some fast passes. But I'm gonna start rolling some clips and then probably check back in on a little outro. Well, that's a lot better, isn't it? Some turbo noises for everyone. Well, you can see on the first clip how the car, it hits the tires, shocks it pretty hard, wheel hops, and then as the day goes and the videos progress, we start making changes to it. We soften the rear shocks up some. We slow the front down some on how fast it's traveling. We work the two-step. You can see a couple of them where I was on the two-step just a tiny bit, and we didn't even make a boost change. And because me being an inexperienced turbo driver didn't let the car build boost to leave on enough poundage, we had the suspension better, so the car bogged. Well, then we come back around the next time, we up the RPMs just 500. We went from 3,500 to 4,000, and it shocks the tires and wheel hops. And then we put it together pretty good on the last pass. We turned the boost up a little bit. I think we had 13 or 14 pounds in it, and it hooked-ish. It spun a little bit, but it went, and then it grabbed second. It was good, and it was slowly pushing me out. And I don't know if you can tell the video, it's a little far away. It was recorded with a phone, but it swings out and then pushes me to the wall pretty aggressive, and I had to abort the run. I don't have nothing to prove, so I'm gonna lift if it starts getting out of shape. And that would have been a good pass. It ran a good 8th mile time. Even with that, I mean, the best pass of the day was, I believe, a 1070 at like 133, but we had a mile per hour of 135 that day at the track, so it's got a lot in it, and that's leaving easy to, in my opinion. Haven't even sorted out leaving hard and boost. As you can tell, I'm shifting it slow. I'm not hammering through it. I have a wide open throttle box on it, so I can no lift shift, but you saw I missed third a couple times. I've been working on the car so much, I haven't raced it hardly, and driving it on the street, you saw in Justin's video. If you're not subscribed to Justin Malcolm, go check him out. He's got a ride reaction video. The car doesn't hook on the street at all. I mean, I can put it in 3rd gear, which is 60, 70, and just roll into it on wastegate, and it'll just light the tires. So I can't really practice no lift on the street, but that's the point of making the trips to the track and dialing it in better. And as a driver, I've got to get better at what I'm supposed to do. Making sure I come on 2-step, having my RPM set right on the 2-step, making sure that I've got the boost controlled properly, and not getting too aggressive if the track won't hold it. So we got it to hook on wastegate. It hooked and bogged. I probably could have pushed it harder, more on, actually I know I could have pushed it harder on wastegate and got it to actually leave good, because I never let it full. I mean, I think the most I left on was like 3 or 4 pounds all day, and that's my inexperience as a driver. And the reason why, like, if you're not following on Facebook, I've been posting on the Instagram of the progression. Like, you only get better by doing it. So this has been a big change. The setup's been a big change. There's a lot of potential and capabilities, but you have to be able to use what you have. Before, on the nitrous, I had the car working. I could go out and run low 10-second passes back to back to back, put a new bottle in it, and it'd do it all day long. So now that's what I'm working towards getting this car to with this setup. So the car is the same, but the power is different, and that's the challenge. That's where people that are not sure about making the jump, I personally like the turbo a lot more. Hopefully it'll go as fast, and I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. Once I get myself sorted out in the driver's seat, controlling the car, the power's there, the capability is there. And I really do enjoy it on the street more. I mean, it was fun driving around heads cam, on motor, but riding around with, this kind of power on the street, it's dangerous, but it's fun. You just have to know your places you can play with it, the right time to go to Mexico and everything. But that's what I'm trying to do with this. I'm trying to show people some of my pain and struggles, but then also the growth, and, hopefully y'all are along for the ride. If you like what you're seeing, like, subscribe. Appreciate it.